I want to show you guys something. I've had quite a few questions on how to hook your pool waterfalls to your swimming pool. And try not to make it any more difficult than it is to put on a pair of slip-on slippers. When you look at your waterfalls when it comes, it's going to have a coupling on underneath it. It's going to look sort of like this. And what a coupling is, it's made to couple your pipes together. Now, it's sort of not true on your waterfalls. You're going to have this fitting where you can go ahead and glue a piece of pipe, and that's what you're going to want to do. First of all, you're going to have to clean the inside of this because there could be some foam in there, residue. Clean it, and you're going to want to use stuff like this. This is a primer. This here's your glue. And unfortunately, when you look at the glue and the primer, this is the most important part of the whole thing. You got to use your primer. The primer cleans and it softens your material up, sort of like, we'll do a piece here. I'll waste the pipe. So when you do this, you go around a little bit. You want to make sure you have a good, complete coating around the whole thing. Then you do the same thing on your pipe. You go around. Then you use the dauber for the glue. You go around the whole entire fitting. Same way with your pipe. Go completely around it. Then when you push it in, you want to give it a little bit of a turn and push it right on in and hold it there for a little bit. You don't want to contaminate the inside if you're going to go ahead and put another piece. You hold that a little bit. That's a good glue joint. Now when you get your waterfall, this here is going to be sort of right at the level of your waterfall. So this is going to be underneath, and for the top of the waterfall, if you don't want it to bubble out, you're going to want to put a flat rock. You can disperse it, you can do it. You may not need something this heavy. On the underneath here, you're going to want to cut this. There's a variety of ways to cut it. You can use a hacksaw. If you have a pipe cutter, if you use a pipe cutter, it's going to put a bevel, like a raised edge. You're going to want to knock that off with a tool that looks like this. You're going to run it around. It's going to take that edge right off. You can do the inside just like this. This is sort of like a cone with a cutter. And then this piece here, you're going to need two of these. This here is an adapter, so you can adapt this pipe and then you can screw in a hose barb. Now this actually isn't a true hose barb. Most people use it that way. This here is a true hose barb, and this diameter of the outside is actually smaller on this than this. This one here is actually bigger than the hose, so it's going to be difficult unless you put your heat to the end of your hose like this and put it on. Now there's many types of hose. This one here is the cheapest corrugated tubing you can get. I got it at Lowe's, and this is sufficient to use. And when you put it in there, this is a pipe. Pretend it's coming out of your pool deck. You're going to want to use two of these. One for your waterfall, one for the other side. You're going to want to use two of these hose adapters and screw it right into this. You're going to want to use some Teflon tape, and the way to do that is you hold it where the tape is actually coming off the top. You start it there and you just go around. You need to have this not only because it makes it slide in easier, but it makes it so you don't weld your parts together, and you don't want to honker down. You want to keep about 3 or 4 threads showing after you're done. So you can pretty much twist them on like this. You will not have any pressure. The water is going to come right up and out, so it's not a big deal. Now back to this, if you can get a hose barb that's true, then you're going to want to use, you can see right up there where there's a couple parts that are a little raised. This here is where you can put your hose clamp. This is your hose clamp. You put it over once you put your hose in there, then you can tighten these down. Now with the hoses, this here There's many different types of hoses to use. You might want to get something a little bit better quality than what you get out of your pond section at a Home Depot or Lowe's. This I got at a rubber company, and you can see how much better this stuff is made. It's a lot thicker and it's gonna last. Now with this, what I recommend is when you come out of your pool deck, you're coming like this, come down and make a loop so this rests on your pool deck, and then this goes in. That way you have, this is sort of like a support, so you don't want to come right in and put weight and then come right up in there. I would recommend a loop. So when you're looking at the different materials that you need, one, you're going to need just a piece of pipe. You're going to need 2 of these adapters. This is a female where you glue a male part in. The other is adapting to a hose barb, and you're going to want to put Teflon tape. And then you got this, so you're going to actually have 2 of these adapters and a piece of pipe, and you're ready to go.